morning, everybody. I am back. I have been MIA for a little bit. I apologize for that. I've been just insanely busy with things going on. So today, something I want to talk about that I already know is controversial, and I don't want it to be controversial. So I'm going to try to make it short and sweet and stay within my time limit. But that is the ever-growing and ever-popular subject of stereotyping and racism and prejudices and how it affects us as Christians and how it affects us as an individual. There's so many times I hear people say things like, I can't help it, that's just how I was raised. And when I hear people say that, my first thought is, that's an ignorant statement. And my second thought is, you are actually degrading yourself intellectually when you say that. We have the ability to change everything that we were raised with. As a very basic example of things, let's just look at, for instance, an innocent little puppy that's born. You can take that puppy, and that puppy can be raised in the wilderness, and it will learn to survive. It will learn to fight. It will learn to forage for food. It will learn to exist without the assistance of anyone else. You take that same puppy, you put it in a home that has violence, arguing, screaming, fighting. The puppy will become skittish. The puppy will fear people. Even though it's around people, will still fear people. You take that same puppy, you raise it in a home where it is taught to fight and be violent, and that animal will become dangerous. You take that same puppy, you raise it in a home filled with love, where its needs are met, and it's taught to coexist, and you have a wonderful, loving pet. Same animal, different situations, different outcomes. So we were all raised in different situations and different outcomes. But are we stuck with that? No, we're not a puppy. So guess what? We have access to educational tools, and education equals awareness. Awareness equals change. We're not stuck with whatever we were raised with over there. We have the ability to grow, to mature, to better ourselves. And not only that, we have the ability to break the chain of how we were raised by raising our offspring in a totally different manner so that they grow up knowing something different. They have a different outcome. When all of the families do this and the children grow up, we have a different society. Sounds perfect, right? Well, only if it were that easy. And it's not always that easy, because people, as a general rule, they stereotype. We stereotype and we have prejudices and racism. For what reason? Because someone is different from us, because their upbringing was different, because their physical characteristics are different. When I was born with certain physical characteristics, and I can't do anything about that. Well, I mean, short of plastic surgery, I can't change that. It's who I am. It has nothing to do with who I am. It's what I look like. It's my appearance. But that is also how others see me. Okay, for instance, I get stereotyped a lot because I'm different. I look a little different. I do have, oddly colored hair to some people. Some people it's cute. I have tattoos, I have piercings. I get stereotyped because of that. And I get put into a category and judged on it. So why do we judge others based on what they look like instead of who they are? God judges us for who we are. For instance, check out this photo. Is this not the cutest little photo that makes you just want to go, oh, right? Adorable. Guess what? Every single one of these puppies were born from the same mother and the same father. Booyah! We all have the same father. Is any one of these puppies less precious than the other? Does any one of these puppies deserve to be mistreated? Or any one of them deserve to be treated better? I mean, I'm pretty sure most people would say, no, they're all so cute. Well, God looks at us and he says, they're just all so cute. God loves all of us equally, and as Christians, we are tasked with loving everyone equally as well. We all have different characteristics. Something very important is skin color. Skin color is a characteristic we're born with. And you know what the weirdest thing is? That, how people with straight hair always want curly hair. People with curly hair use flat irons. Well, do you know people also consistently try to change their own skin? Caucasians lay out in the sun so they can get darker. People in Asia bleach their skin so they can get lighter. Why would we judge someone based on the color of their outward shell rather than what's inside? When the Pharisees tried to trick Jesus into saying, what do you think is most important? They're trying to trick him. They're trying to trip him up. And of course, they are very unsuccessful. But they ask him, what's the greatest commandment? And Jesus very carefully answered them. And here's what he said in Matthew 22, 37 through 39. Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. Now we can stop right here. Because if you do this, everything else falls into place. If God is first and every decision you make is based on your love for him, then everything else just falls in line. But Jesus didn't stop. He says, no, I'm going to explain it a little bit further. This is the first and the greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Boom. There's your answer. In a nutshell. That's it. That's it. Like, you don't have to study anything else if you know this, follow this, believe this. Booyah. We're all so busy fearing what's different from us. We're all so busy stereotyping. We're all so busy looking at the outer shell that we forget to see what's inside. As Christians, as disciples of Christ, we are to look at people as Christ sees them. And this is such a crazily controversial subject, yet the answer is so clear. This is not a subject that even requires argument, because the answer is clear, in black and white, cut and dry. There is no other answer but the one that Jesus gave, and that is our thought.